everybody. I am Leah Hall-Dorothy. I'm the current executive director at Oregon State University and a past president of NERSA. For last year, I would have had the honor to be with Eric on stage to introduce those that are presenting the award to him tonight, the highest award in our organization. And I look forward to having this privilege since I found out about this a few months ago. So excited to be here. One reason we're here tonight, and we're supported well by our partners, our associate members, and tonight Mondo is supporting us in this presentation of the Honor Award, the 2020 Honor Award. So real quick, before we bring everybody up to get started, I would like those that have a future opportunity to be a past president to please turn off their cameras really quick. And all past presidents start waving now.
What?
Wave, Tom.
Oh, okay. You want me to leave?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And now all our honor awards, please wave. This is your opportunity. You're currently standing up, waving to the group. So just the cameras for the honor awards should be on. So you can see everybody on the honor award who has had an honor award. Please be waving. Awesome. Okay, we want to recognize the important legacy of our organization and everything that you have brought and impacted. And now we want to welcome Eric Nickel and those that are presenting for him. I will bring Vicki Highstreet forward. Everybody can turn your cameras back on. Go NERSA family.
Hey, Leah, thank you. And I also want to thank you and congratulate you on your year as NERSA president. You definitely had a year for the books. Your ability to keep us moving forward in a positive, innovative way while keeping your campus and your department safe is to be commended. So thank you so much. It's my pleasure to give you a quick summary of the Honor Award this year, leading up to Eric being the recipient. As many of you know, the NERSA Honor Award is the highest award, as Leah said, given by the association. It recognizes a member for outstanding achievements in the profession and exemplary service to the association, among other things. And for those of you who might not be aware, the Honor Award dates back to 1963. Each year, the award recipients are recognized. And I don't think I have to remind any of you that we weren't able to gather in 2020. So therefore, we had to identify a very non-traditional, which has now become traditional, method to celebrate Eric. So speaking from our experience, I will tell you that receiving the Honor Award is probably one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had. And you're overwhelmed with love and good wishes and sometimes hugs, hopefully soon hugs, Eric. That you receive from friends and colleagues throughout the association. I know I can speak for Eric and the many others who have received this award that we're not in the business to receive awards, but it sure feels good to have your peers recognize you as the passion that you have for serving others. So with this celebration, you have the opportunity to continue to share your love and support. And Eric's going to be, really warmed and welcoming any of you who want to give him feedback after we're done with this too. So as the chair of the 2020 Honor Award, I want to recognize the committee members. This is from a year ago now, because remember we have our new recipient coming up later in the week. So the committee members from Eric's year were Greg Jordan from Oakland University, Stan Shingles from Central Michigan University, Darcy Bingham from the University of California, San Diego, Therese Kennedy from the University of Wisconsin, Whitewater, and Sam Axley from the University at Albany. And last but certainly not least, Chelsea Hansen, our NERSA headquarters liaison, who supports us and keeps us in order. She's an invaluable member to this success of this process. So I'll tell you that this is very difficult undertaking for several reasons, and one of which, we often know our nominees, and we'd like to share this honor with each one of them. Once we conclude our deliberations, we then have the first opportunity to celebrate with our recipient, and we can't wait to make that call every year. So congratulations, Eric Nickel. We're proud to call you a colleague and a friend. Enjoy, although delayed, or do we say extended, your celebration to you and all your accomplishments. And now I'd like to turn this over to a dear colleague and friend to begin our celebration of Eric, Dr. Julie Wallace-Carr from James Madison University. Julie, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Vicki. Eric Nickel my supervisor, my mentor, my friend, and my family. Eric is the sole reason that I'm standing here before you today as a proud campus recreation professional. In the months before Eric's interview in 1994, I was planning my departure from JMU and the profession. I did not grow up in the field like many of you, so I had no real ties to campus recreation. When I sat through Eric's interview and heard him so eloquently paint a picture of his vision for campus recreation at JMU, I thought to myself, if this guy gets the job, I'm not leaving just yet. I'm going to stick around for a while and see if he is for real. I'm proud to say that Eric was and is for real, and I'm still at JMU. I have never looked back on that decision, and have immersed myself into helping make Eric's vision a reality on our campus. His mentoring has been invaluable to me and has helped me grow into a strong professional who loves campus recreation and NERSA. That brief interaction on Eric's interview day truly changed the trajectory of my life. Across the country, there are many talented campus recreation professionals and numerous facilities and programs worthy of recognition. However, I am confident in this bold statement. There are very few institutions, if any, that have had the level of holistic change that James Madison University has experienced in campus recreation under a single director. This breadth and depth of change we have experienced does not happen by chance. I firmly believe that the key to Eric's success and ultimately the success of UREC is due to the way that he takes care of his people. He constantly puts the UREC staff first. He is dedicated to making sure we have the resources and the positive work environment, not only to do our jobs, but to be one of, if not the best, campus recreation program in the country. It has not gone unnoticed that Eric has had a strong influence on the UREC student employees and GAs over the years. Many of them are with us here tonight. He emphasizes to everyone the importance of teaching them about high standards, serving others, and excellence. We call this URExcellence here at JMU. He wants the students to go out and spread a little UREC wherever they land. I have learned so much from Eric about empathy for people and their stories. That is a gift he has given me, and every day I try to repay him by being as thoughtful as he is when interacting with those who cross my path. Eric embodies this quote by Maya Angelou.
Okay, you take care.
People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. In closing, as someone who was on campus before Eric Nickel arrived and who has been here ever since, I can personally speak on the impact he has had on my life, our campus culture, and most importantly, our student body. Whenever I introduce Eric, I emphatically state that Eric Nickel is the best hire that James Madison University leadership has ever made. Thank you. And now I will turn the mic over to Mila Paget of University of South Carolina, Aiken.
Thank you, Julie. It is my honor to be what would normally be standing in front of you, but instead on a screen, to share a little bit of the young professional Eric Nickel. As I was thinking back to the first time I met Eric, I realized now he was a mere 28 years old. My freshman self had no idea or concept of his age at the time, but looking back on it, and one of the many reasons Eric is being honored with our highest award has been imprinted into the fabric from the very beginning. His direct impact as a mentor and a leader for change young in his career included diversity. You see, back then, which is now 33 years ago, there was a period of time I was the only woman on a student staff of 20 or so individuals. I can distinctly remember Eric giving me an opportunity to sit at the table and being supportive to voice my thoughts about how our department could improve. More importantly, he wasn't just giving me space to have that voice. He was ensuring that others would listen to hear what I had to say. And I can tell you they didn't want to sometimes, but he allowed that to happen. And he knew that in order for my thoughts to be put forth, that's the way our department could improve. He was an advocate for inclusion and recognized that providing the space for different people with different experiences was vital for growth, and he intentionally made that happen. Another distinct moment I remember from Eric is when I was applying for a graduate assistant position, and this university in Mississippi wanted to talk to me. I had no interest and no plans that I was leaving the Midwest. He sat me down and basically said, you are talking to them and you are going to hear what they have to say. He was serious and he was stern, and I truly had not seen that side of him at that point in my life. And I knew I had to at least have a conversation. He pushed me to do something he knew would benefit me, even though I couldn't see it. I did leave the Midwest, and I ended up making one of the best decisions of my life and attended the University of Southern Mississippi, which I would have never done without Eric. His timely and crucial conversation with me at that point basically changed the rest of my life. I guarantee if you were to ask those that he supervised and mentored over the years, these same words and stories would resonate in how they describe his character. Eric has made an impact on NERSA, and even though I have not spoken about his formal appointments and his voluntary roles, he has done all that throughout his career. And not because he wants the accolades, but because he's a giver and wants to make a difference. His accomplishments are impressive, but what I hope I've shown you is the Eric that advances the individuals in our organization. I hope it gives you pause to think of your own mentors and reach out to say, thank you for believing in me. It really is one of the most amazing gifts a person can give to us, which is true mentorship. This is the tough part. I am so thankful to you, Eric, for believing in me, and can honestly say, I would not be here if it wasn't for you. Ugh, making an intentional decision to have me seated at your table. Thank you for being my mentor. I knew I wasn't going to make it. You emulate what NERSA is about and are so deserving of our honor award, and I congratulate you. So now I'm going to turn it over to Ken Kaiser, who is retired from The Ohio State University.
Thank you, Mila. That was a heartfelt message. Well, I'm here to tell you about the early days of Eric. And I have to say, he's not much different now than he was then. He's a pretty steady fella. And when I heard the word that he was going to be the recipient of our honor award, I was so proud of him. I love it when good things happen to good people. And folks, I guarantee you that there's none better than Eric. You know, sometimes you have a grad assistant that you think is absolutely unreplaceable, and you think to yourself, how can I ever replace that grad assistant? They do everything that you ever asked them to do. They anticipated your needs. They were just completely trustworthy. And that was the position I was in when Bob Chaddock left. Bob Chaddock had a great assistantship here for a couple of years, and then he went on in the professional ranks at the University of Michigan. And I didn't know what I was going to do. So I'm just biding my time in the summer. And Eric comes to Ohio. And I think he wasn't thinking about coming to Ohio State. I think he was thinking about coming to Ohio University, who had a fantastic sports administration program, a lot of people in professional sports, an attractive program. But he stopped by Ohio State, and with his big toothy grin and larger than life personality, weaseled himself into an interview with Dr. Ted Coates, who had just started our sport management program. They hit it off famously, both being upstate New Yorkers and so on and so forth. And I got a call from Dr. Coates, and he said, I got a great guy. I know Chaddock is gone, but this guy is somebody you really have to look at. So came back up to my office, and we had a nice conversation, and he charmed me to death in the way that only Eric can do. And the rest is history. I don't know if he was interested in a a career in recreational sports, but I think we got him reoriented there during the time he was with us. He did such a fabulous job with student personnel. He had a way of relating to people that is really a gift. Eric is a unique individual that holds no prejudices, no gender biases. He's just so refreshingly pure that I knew he was going to be successful at what he does. He developed an esprit de corps with our facility managers that I thought, it's something that was really needed, because 3 of our facilities were remote. The student employees didn't have much contact with the professional staff, but Eric would contact each one of the people every day, set great guidelines, set goals, and probably did a lot of the things that Milo was referring to. Just a natural manager kind of a guy. Well, I'm sure that we benefited from Eric very much, and I'll be here to say I learned enough and as much about and from Eric as he did from me. Eric kind of assumed the Buckeye spirit and comes back and enjoys our football games, and is always welcome to stay with my wife and I and his kids. And sometimes he brings his boy, and I know I could tell a lot of stories, and I'd really like to, but being limited to 3 minutes, and me, of course, being the official timer of Ohio State basketball, acutely aware of time limits, I'll just say, Eric, I'm really proud of you. You really deserve this distinction. And now I'd like to introduce someone who needs no introduction, a former honor award winner herself. And what can I say? Mo McGonigal.
Thanks,
Mo?
Ken. I've worked with Eric on a variety of NERSA and consulting projects over the years, and each and every time I have considered myself incredibly privileged. Eric is not just a valued colleague, he's a dear, dear friend of mine. Eric is a consistent and transformational leader, not just on his campus and in the field of collegiate recreation, but also in NERSA. His impact on others has been both meaningful and widespread for over 30 years. Like many of us, he began his service to NERSA as a committee member on committees such as basketball officiating, career opportunities, student professional development, and facilities management. Because he distinguished himself with the quality of his service, his involvements quickly progressed to leadership positions, often serving as committee chair and symposium host. Many of you know that our NERSA colleagues are very, very good at recognizing talent and passion, which meant additional opportunities for Eric on special interest assignments, including the NERSA Alcohol Task Force and the NERSA Athletic Business Senior Work Team. But these experiences are just a warm-up as Eric continued to actively look for ways to strengthen our NERSA. He has presented countless educational sessions at state, regional, and national conferences. And I mean countless literally, because he didn't put them on his resume, and so I couldn't count them, but I know there's a lot. He served as a faculty member and chair of the School of Collegiate Recreation. He served as the Region 2 Vice President and the NERSA Board of Directors. He served as a board member and president of the NERSA Services Corporation. He served as a board member and chair of the NERSA Foundation. He served as an annual director on the NERSA Board of Directors. And now he serves us as a faculty for the Aspiring Directors Workshops. Eric has served NERSA in a variety of ways throughout his career, but of all of his involvements, and there have been a lot of them, I have been most impressed with his dedication to advancing the knowledge and experience of our members. Eric is a skilled presenter who is passionate about and proficient at helping others learn. This is a really powerful combination. It's very effective, it's deeply impactful, and the combination is also incredibly rare. There are very few people in our association who do it as well as Eric, and whenever I see it happen, I'm in awe. I'll share one example of his impact. When you ask members about their most meaningful NERSA experience, they often cite the school. But most of you don't know, it was Eric's insight and insistence that created the Level 1. His brainchild and his leadership greatly expanded the number of young professionals who receive additional education at a pivotal time in their career. And now he's transforming more lives with his dedication to with mentoring, teaching, and coaching nurses aspiring directors. NERSA has always been about our people. NERSA's efforts are a testament to our values. So the next person that I'm passing it to is Emmanuel from NC State.
Thank you very much, Mo. And Eric, thank you for letting me share this moment with you. So my path and Eric's crossed 9 years ago when I was hired as a graduate assistant for UREC at JMU. Eric also instructed 2 of my graduate courses in campus recreation leadership, which is the only one of the kind in the nation. My hope today is to speak to Eric's leadership as a director, as an instructor, and my mentor. Eric has created a very special place in team at UREC and one that is very, very dear to my heart and family. How many places would come together to sponsor and provide accommodation for a student's family to travel from Africa to witness their son's graduation? This is the kind of support I received from Eric's leadership. If you've supported students in finding jobs, you know it's a challenging experience. For an international student from Ghana, it's an almost inconceivable undertaking. It was initially filled with rejection, doubt, and hopelessness. Eric encouraged me to learn about the visa process I needed to secure employment. Thanks to the help of Eric and his network, I was able to accept my first professional job with UF Exports. This launched my career, and it's something I am forever grateful for. It is really hard to imagine how any other GA experience in the nation could have propelled me through this uncharted situation. My GA experience was parallel to my academic experience, where I learned valuable lessons from Eric's facilities and leadership classes. Eric taught me the value of serving others by asking his class to complete random acts of kindness. This increased my awareness of the value of intentionally looking for opportunities to lift the spirits of those around you. My favorite random act is just simply getting coffee for my student staff who work early morning shifts. Eric taught me to know enough to be dangerous. I have encountered situations and roles since leaving UREC and did not have the expertise or the prior experience, but have been able to position myself to be able to perform well. When Eric is around, people take notice. They want to hear what he has to say and are eager to earn his approval. We love him, we trust him, and we want to be led by him. Everyone is impacted by his presence, power, and warmth. At the end of year celebrations where UREC recognizes students' contribution, Eric's speech always, he doesn't like it when you say always, he taught us that in class. But in this instance, Eric always ends his speech with, go spread a little UREC. For me, it's been to serve others and to make a positive difference in their lives. Eric has been more than a director and an instructor. He's been my mentor, and I hope I've made him proud. Congratulations, Eric. Here is David Bowles with the University of Florida.
Thank you, Emmanuel. And since Emmanuel went there, I can say that I've hired a few people from James Madison, and they always perform at just an outstanding level. I have 2 currently on staff that live up to what Emmanuel spoke to every day. So this is the first time that I've been given the opportunity to speak for the recipient of NERSA's highest honor. It's only fitting that it's for Eric. Being from Virginia, I became aware of Eric when he took the director's position at JMU. I remember the program at JMU that Julie spoke about earlier. It was immediately evident that he would right the ship. His many years of experience as a director at Ferris State and JMU have given him great insight into what it takes to create excellence in a collegiate recreation department. Eric understands the need to figure out what message will resonate for that particular campus. At JMU, he and his staff developed that message around student learning outcomes and used it to advocate to best serve their students. He hired great people, advocated for the purpose, and most importantly, developed a culture that allows people to be one in purpose and to overcome those challenges we sometimes cannot foresee, like pandemics. What's great for us, his NERSA colleagues, is how he shares the knowledge gained from these experiences. I've been a director for 18 years. The conversations with Eric are invaluable to me and fellow directors. He understands the accountability, personnel issues, decisions, and the fact each campus and its leadership is different. Eric shares knowledge from his experiences willingly. I've had the chance to participate with Eric in doing program reviews for various universities. He has an impressive dedication to work through the process on campus and, what others don't see, talk through, sometimes even debate what should be written in the final report. Mo knows as well. Of course, when asking the tough questions, making a point, or telling you something you need to hear, he always does it with that wry little disarming smile. Eric has served NERSA in so many ways, as Mo referred to. He served on all 3 boards. He served in almost every capacity. He is incredibly giving of his time, as many have said. Thank you, Eric, for being a role model, an inspiration, a confidant, and a good friend. Congratulations. Now I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea, where she's going to share with us a special video.
I'm 15 for a moment, caught in between 10 and 20, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. I'm 22 for a moment, and she feels better than ever, and we're on fire, making our way back from Mars.
To me, the best thing about the Recreation Center is the opportunity it offers students to really learn about what it means to them to get a balance in their life and to put wellness into their day-to-day activities. We have an opportunity to teach students about healthy lifestyle habits, to provide them with new opportunities that they hadn't been exposed to before, that really will make an impact on their lives when they leave here.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and it's skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Thanks. Bye. And number 2 on the list of UREC greatest hits, our graduating seniors. We'll miss you, but we're looking forward to watching you fly.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so I lived. I swear I lived. Every broken home. I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I lived. Every day's a new day. There's still time for you. Time to buy and time to choose. Hey, 15 is never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years to live.
Eric, if you can come forward. I've certainly had the time of my life working with you, and you have done it all. And I am incredibly proud of you, and it is my great pleasure to award you the NERSA 2020 Honor Award.
Woohoo!
I know it's probably highly illegal. Wow. I remember Greg Jordan telling me how it felt to be up on the stage, listening to people talk about you and the impact that you've had on their career. I wasn't sure how I'd feel doing it on Zoom, but I'll tell you after that, it's very humbling, and I could feel the words of all of you. Ken, Mila, Emmanuel, Mo, David, and Julie. I can't thank you enough for your kind words and your friendship and your role in my life over the last 36 years. That was just awesome. Thank you. To be honest, I wasn't even sure how this virtual event would go. I'd only ever seen an honor award ceremony at the end of a conference at a banquet. I was really afraid I would miss the opportunity to share that night with all the people who have been so important in my life. I look out in the room of 2,000 people and you say thanks for all the things that they meant to you. But as we got better at this Zoom thing, I realized it was also an opportunity to include people that never could have flown out to Phoenix to be part of that ceremony. Like my mom, who's now at home after 3 weeks in rehab, breaking in a new hip. Hi, Mom. I love you. I sent the link to old high school friends who I've kept up with over the years and some of my old college friends and teammates. Sometimes even in a pandemic, you can find some silver linings. But I want to welcome all of you. The group is wide and diverse and includes people from Ohio State, Ferris State, JMU, who've been friends and colleagues on this journey. I know it also includes former officiating partners, NERSA board members, committee members, card game players at the conference, friends, neighbors, and family who've all had an impact that I hope you know made a difference in my life. To the NERSA members, I don't know. We need to change that. Especially those of you who've been members for less than 5 years. How many of you out there have been NERSA members less than 5 years? We can only see a few of you, so. I asked because I went to one of those places wondering, that told us to go to the banquet. And we went to the ceremony every year. And I remember asking, who are all these old people getting this medal, and why am I eating very average chicken on a night at a conference, at the end of our conference, to hear about him or her? You see, I worked at a place that believed that that was important, so you could learn what it took to get that award, so that you might aspire to be that person one day. Well, I got to tell you that my 23-year-old self in Columbus was absolutely sure there was zero chance that that one person a year was going to be me. But I'm here to tell you, never say never. I want to share some of my story with you, and just maybe it might inspire one of you to dream and gain a similar opportunity in your life, whether inside or outside of NERSA. When I think about the things that have shaped my life and career, a few big things stand out, even if I didn't know at the time they were big things. It started at home with the support of a single mother through my teens and a sister who wouldn't let us drown. A new high school basketball coach, Mr. Jim Gilbert, after all these years, I still can't call him Jim, who told my mother he would take care of me and provide an incentive for me to graduate and encourage me to go to college. My college friends and teammates who taught me many things I'd never learned growing up on Long Island about how to navigate my life with an appreciation for the gifts I did have and the value of having people different from me in my inner circle. I somehow graduated college with honors, no less. Then after a brief hiatus managing a nightclub in New York, which concerned my mother greatly, I went to grad school at Ohio State. It was a huge place, and it took some getting used to. But there, soon I met another peer group, a group of grad assistants that had lived a very different life than me. In fact, if you had told me that the future best man at my wedding would be this dairy farmer from Wisconsin in my grad cohort, well, you just can't make this stuff up. It was there that I met Ken Kaiser, who took me to my first NERSA conference. It was in Columbus that year. I don't think I would have gotten on a plane if it wasn't. And I probably wouldn't have gone without his encouragement. He put me in charge of film strips. I know many of you won't get that. It was the first time I considered a career in the field of collegiate recreation. I went to that first conference in 1985, and now I've been to every one since, 36 straight, until Phoenix. I took my first job at UNC Greensboro and learned a lot about what I would want to do if I ever had the chance to direct a program of my own. In 1988, I got that chance. My move to Ferris State was an important link to my future. I would be their first full-time director. It was pretty much a blank slate. I made a lot of mistakes, but they didn't seem to notice or mind. To be successful there, the program had to rely on students. The budget would not allow it to be any other way. So we built on some great ones. Myla Trachel, now Paget, and Larry Martin were two of the first, but many more followed. While at Ferris, I also met this gorgeous high school basketball coach, who was the older sister to one of our women's players. Turns out she lived in the apartment above me. Who knew? But we didn't cross paths much as we were both busy, her as a coach, me as an official. Not a likely matchup, I know, but it did not take long to realize that she was special and challenged me in many ways. Jackie and I married on that campus and welcomed our first son, Ryan, before we headed on our next adventure to Virginia. Now a family of 3 and a dog, we moved to JMU. I was immediately challenged at JMU by the enormity of the task to change a culture and build a new program
that would soon move into a brand new facility. The opportunity was also huge, as I would have the chance to hire 14 new people to add to the existing 5. I looked for people different than me, who would be strong where I was not. I focused on creating a new shared vision while setting up a model that would give it a chance to succeed. Student learning and development would be our mantra, and along with our service ethic, we would transform recreation at this campus. Those leaders in that first group, people like Julie Wallace-Carr and Mitch Nettesheim, helped keep me grounded and constantly challenged me to be better. But our development model was not just about students. It would become part of our culture that we would actively promote and invest in the professional development of all of our people. We're very proud that we have one of the largest contingents of students and staff at NERSA conferences, and that every associate director who has left us has left for a higher position. Many are NERSA directors now: Mitch, Jeff Husky, Dave Frock, and soon to be Director Bobbitt. You should know that I do not take credit for any of their successes, but I'm tremendously proud of each of you. But the fact that this experience was even possible is due to some truly exceptional people at JMU. Dr. Mark Warner, who started as a faculty member on the search committee that brought me to JMU, then became my vice president for student affairs later, was a mentor and colleague for more than 20 years. I've been so fortunate to have 3 presidents that believed in the vision we were trying to create for recreation and wellness, starting with Dr. Carrier, then to Dr. Rose, and now President Alger. There were others in student affairs that taught me the JMU way, but also taught me how to work inside the system to bring about change. Donna Harper, Jim McConnell, and Rick Larson were highly valued in those early years. I am fortunate that 25 years later, I still get to work with people in student affairs who are passionate about students and value the role that UREC serves in student life on our campus. People like Tim Miller, Marcia Mays Bernard, Dave Barnes, Lee Ward, and David Onestak. You're valued colleagues that have kept me engaged and connected to campus, collaborating on a challenge that faces us all, not just running a rec department on a college campus. I don't think that would get me out of bed every day. But when I think about the 2 things that have been most impactful in my career, it comes down to 2 major things: my family and my NERSA family. Those 2 groups have changed me in some remarkable ways. I joined NERSA to apply for jobs, but got so much more than I planned. I was presented with opportunities to get involved on committees, task forces, the board of directors, the foundation board, and the NERSA services board. Those many days in conference rooms all around the US taught me so much and exposed me to so many wonderful people, all different, but each made an impact. I remember we brought a consultant in to train us as a board one year. I won't mention her name. But we asked her where we ranked in quality of the boards that she worked with. I remember her response: "You're not the brightest people I work with, but you are some of the nicest." I don't think it was a compliment. But the truth is, you get it. And you add incredible value to student life at your campus. I really hesitate to start naming folks, as this speech would go way past your ability to want to sit and listen to it. But the pictures you just saw speak for themselves. I was inspired by energy people like Kim Schmidt, Kristen Gibson, Katie Morgan, Kevin Marbury, and Rachel Finley. I got to work with really bright people like Bill Crockett, Stacy Hall, George Brown, Pam Watts, and Tom Kirch, who, by the way, is sneaky smart. I learned from strategic thinkers like Sid Gonsolin, Steve Young, Sue Bowling, Mick DeLuca, and Kathleen Hatch, my little Canadian sister. I marveled at innovative problem solvers like Rick Auerbach, Stan Campbell, Johnny Meyer, and David Bowles. I met people who had mastered the art of relationships and made enormous impacts on the lives of others. People like Mike Dunn, Donnie Mix, Mark the Shark Williams, Susie Smith, and Stan Shingles. You know, when I went to get pictures for the video, Stan had more pictures of me than I did. And I saw he's got files on all of you, so be careful. But I've met so many quality people in my work as a consultant. You know, when you invite us to your campus to help you analyze and improve your services, we go with the idea of helping, but we also steal the good stuff. I have learned so much this way from people like Carrie Alvarado, Pete Murray, Joy Polkaba Byers, Dax Kirkendall, and Bill Healy. I like working with Bill so much at West Florida that we actually consulted together later. And finally, I get to that really big list that I can't possibly do justice to. Those of you that I get to call friends based on first spending time together at a NERSA thing. I met my brother Leroy that way. He's been one of my closest friends ever since. The number of games we officiated together, the beers shared, the personal crisis solved over the years has been too many to count. I now attend family reunions as an honorary Hackley. But I'm so thankful to the people who've opened up their homes and rec centers to me and my family when we travel, people like Lauren Mangelli, Stan and Renee Shingles, and the Kaisers. When the boys were growing up, we would always stop at the local college university and visit the rec center and swim in a pool at some point on our trip. NERSA has provided some of the best opportunities for us to sharpen the saw by bringing us all together as we are tonight. But more importantly, it's created so many friendships across the country. But anyone who's ever gotten this award knows that when they were out doing these exciting things like serving on boards, teaching at the NERSA school, or working on a project like the Aspiring Directors Workshops, there have to be committed and trusted people back on campus, propping him or her up to allow them to go. I've had the blessing of working with some of the most awesome staff at JMU over the last 25 years. Together, we have built a really great thing. I know I get a lot of credit for the things that you do to bring our mission to life. If I don't tell you enough, you are the reason I'm still here and passionate about what we do after 25 years. To all of our UREC staff, past and current, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And speaking about my heart, it is also a stretch on a young family to get involved at the national level and requires quite a few sacrifices, especially when NERSA, when it used to be with board meetings, it was a week long. Jackie didn't get to come to a national conference until San Antonio in 2002 when I ran for VP. But she had to endure hearing about all of you and trying to picture what you look like for a decade before she ever got to a conference. Now it's been 2 decades almost since. She would have been in Phoenix, but we all know how that worked out. But no one can do the things that I've been able to do without an amazing spouse and mother like her. I love you, babe. And to my 3 sons, Ryan, who can't be with us today in person, but is zooming in from Orlando because Disney's open again. Hey, Rye, I love you. Kyle, who's down from DC, where he works full-time as a consultant at Deloitte Consulting and goes to grad school at Georgetown. And Tyler, who at 17 is tearing it up on the court, but still came tonight after a tough loss in the state championship game yesterday. I'm fortunate to be able to work in a job I've loved for 25 years, being called director, vice president, president, or chairman. But it all pales in comparison to being called dad by the 3 of you. You make me proud every day. And between your mom and the 3 of you, you're the reason I get out of bed every day and do what I do. In closing, I want to thank all of you who got on tonight, and then all of you who've taken the time to mentor me, support me, and keep me on track in ways both big and small. I simply couldn't mention all of you, but you're all in my heart as I reflect on this wonderful award. We only get to pass through this life one time, and I'm so thankful that I got to share mine with all of you. Thank you for this wonderful award.
Congratulations, Eric. I hope you can hear all that applause. Oh, there you keep going, everybody. I'm gonna get the family.
We should all come off mute.
Turn yours. Turn it off. There we go. Let's go.
Yay!
Unmute everybody. There we go. Let's go. I don't hear ya.
There's the Eric making clap.
Say way to go, Eric.
You can hear everybody, Eric. There's lots of virtual and I'm sure cheering going on. I'm sure the chat will be saved for you. Lots of amazing stuff in there, and congratulations. I want to thank everybody for attending tonight's a virtual first round of our virtual honor awards for this year. If you'd like to submit a video tribute to Eric for his tribute package, I believe Chelsea has dropped it in the link, or just get a hold of the honor award committee member and they can share the link with you. So I know Tom Kirsch wants to do one of those. He wants to do a selfie video to send to Eric. I can see it happening now. So once again, Eric, so proud to have this moment to share this with you and our virtual way. And it was just so meaningful, and thank you so much. Congratulations again. And I hope everybody has a great evening. The first NERSA virtual conference is kicking off tomorrow, and we'll see you there. Thanks, everybody. Congratulations, Eric.
Way to go. Bye. Congrats.
Awesome. Great to see you all. Cheers to more NERSA this week. Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Great job, Eric.
Thank you.
Incredible. Thanks, my friend.
You guys are awesome.
Congratulations.
Great job, Eric. Great to see your family there too.
Where's Emmanuel? Can't do that to me, Emmanuel, in that way. If I'm gonna be able to speak.
Mitch, how you doing, Mitch?
Hey, Donnie Mix.
Donnie Mix. Congrats, Eric.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Congrats, Eric. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. And I see TJ up there. You haven't opened your mic yet. Somebody help Tom open his mic.
I don't know if that's even possible.
Leroy, can you get in the car and drive across the state?
No.
I have a basketball game going on right now, Eric. So somebody just stuck the head in and said it's ugly. So I figured, heck, I'll stay here. Since I had 2 hours with you yesterday on the phone, I guess I don't need to take up everybody else's time.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That was a great tribute, though, man.
I think Dr. Jones is unlocked his mic.
Well, I actually have a mic, I just had decided this was appropriate for me to stay quiet and let Eric talk. Hi, Jackie.
Leroy, it's good to see you. Did he leave? Oh, there you are.
Oh, thanks. It's good seeing everybody. A lot of familiar faces, and I had to actually zoom in on everybody because I haven't seen everybody in so long. We're all looking still pretty good.
We're hanging in there.
Leroy, did I mention you don't look that good?
You haven't mentioned it lately, Tom, but I figured you'd get around to it. Nothing. Some things never change.
Never.
Well, Leroy, it's really good to see you. So I don't care what.
Hey, you too, dude. Hey,
good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
I mean, you retired like 20
Mila, nice job there. That was.
You
that
retired
was
like
great.
20 years ago, and you
sitting in
still
my
look good.
office at the basketball game, and all my windows are open, and there were a couple of times like, don't anybody come by. I had tears in my eyes, like, don't come by.
I practice that so much, and I'm like, I am not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
That was your first mistake, Mila. You should have never said it.
I figured all of the award winners would wear their medallions to honor you, but
Vicky has
I'd like to
hers.
point
You have
out,
yours.
I have one of the original ones.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Most of you
we
have never
eliminated the
seen this.
banquet, so this one's real gold.
Yeah.
That's what we did with the
This
money we
one is,
spent on the bank.
this is black plastic.
The little upgrade they put in. If you ask Pam, they'll probably get you one.
Hey, Eric,
No.
I've been following your son on basketball. I hate that yesterday turned out the way it did, but he had a great season.
Thanks. It was tough. We were in Tennessee for a minute. We had to go through Tennessee to get to this gym. That's how far away it was.
What part of Tennessee were you in?
Kingsport.
Oh yeah, that's over near you. That's right.
Yeah, we actually had to go down through Tennessee and back into Virginia.
Well, he's a junior, right? So I get to see him again next year.
Yep.
Did they have to wear masks yesterday?
They did. The other team didn't. We did.
So I think it's kind of exciting that he gets to see everybody's faces that have been watching him play for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. He has a whole bunch of cheerleaders. He didn't even know it. We're all looking at him.
That's right.
There was like 6,200 people that watched that thing. They had a little
Well,
counter on it.
Well, the truth of the matter for him and all your sons, they got a proud dad. Well, proud mom too. I hadn't met her, but proud dad. So guys, your dad is really proud of you. He talks about you like you work with him. You're right there all the time.
Absolutely. And Mila, thank you so much for your words being so sweet. I remember those days well.
So what I didn't say, and this is, it's in this little group, because now it would be very different. Do you remember that conversation at NERSA?
Oh yeah, you pictured Mississippi in your head, and you were thinking like pigs running on the front lawn of the rec center. You had this vision that was nothing like it. If we had to talk that picture out of your head.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you were like, you didn't give me a choice. You're going to talk to them.
All you had to do was talk with them. You didn't have to go.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure there's some other words in there, but I wasn't going to say that.
Hey, Eric, was your mom able to zoom in?
Yeah, I think she's with my sister. So yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I saw Lester was on, so good.
Yeah, they're on still. They're just not, the camera's not up.
Yeah. That's all right. Tell her I'm going to be dancing with her in a couple months here.
She's working on it. She had home health care in today trying to get
So am I.
I'm going to say congratulations and good night.
Night,
See
Tom.
you again.
So glad you came. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm heading out too.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's time to go have champagne. You guys have champagne? It's not champagne?
See y'all later.
See you, Mila.
Oh, that's funny. You see that? TJ closed his laptop. He didn't shut off the Zoom. So when he's on there later tonight or tomorrow, somebody get back on and tell him. Oh, that's funny.
Ah, jeez. All righty, I gotta get back in the gym and see what's going on. Vicky, I might be through Lincoln sometime in the summer too, if things get back to normal.
All right, give us a yell.
Then,
Hey, Vic, thanks for all your help.
Absolutely,
Jackie, the
Eric.
fellas, good seeing everybody.
Congratulations. Talk to y'all later.
Thank you. And Mitch, thanks for hanging in there and you're easy, lazy boy.
Yeah, I was working hard, buddy. Hey, congratulations. It was an honor then, it's an honor now. I just can't tell you how grateful I am to have been impacted by you in my life. So hi to Jackie and the boys, and is Julie still there?
Yeah.
Hey.
Donnie Mix.
Yeah, I got hey to Donnie. So good to see you guys. Hope to see you in person soon.
Yeah. See you, Mitch. And Ryan, we'll talk to you later. We're going to head out to celebration, but we'll give you a call. You in the JMU shirt in the left corner.
I figured you were talking to me. I don't think there's another Ryan on this list. I wish there was. And Mr. Mix.
Thank you. And who's ever at the Nurse National Center running the strings behind this, thank you.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Was it you, Chelsea? Was this your deal?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, it's been recorded and the chat's been saved, so we'll get that to you probably in a couple of weeks.
So it looks like your house. Did you steal the Nurse's smart board and bring it home?
No, I'm just logged into their account.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and close down the stream, but I hope you guys have a great night celebrating and congratulations.
Thank you.
Love you too, guys.